what were the characteristics of this project? It was indeed something which was conceptualized. It had a start time somewhere in 2005-2006 time frame. It was supposed to be a 6-month project. Of course, it stretched much beyond 6 months for design development, and then it was to be an ongoing project. But as a project, it had a end date, 6 months to a year, let's say. So technically speaking, it had a temporal and functional boundary. It had a temporal boundary, certainly. Did it have a functional boundary? You can notice from the case that it was supposed to focus primarily on the financials, the financial aspect of the farming. So it had a functional boundary. It did have an institutional structure. UK bodies were involved, DFF was involved, software vendor was involved. So in this sense, it certainly qualifies as a project. But did it meet its objective? As noted, as we just mentioned, it was supposed to focus on the financials, but what it ended up doing was to become a mobile app through which the farmers could share some photograph, exchange some knowledge. So in this sense, was the mobile app the project that eFarmflow was conceived as, or did it become a different project? The other issue that we need to look at is, we know that the whole idea behind this initiative was to reduce the digital divide. Did it help in reducing that? It did have a project management structure, but as to how well it was managed, one will have to look at both the output of the initiative and the outcome of the initiative and compare it with the plans. We don't know about the financials, how much money was spent, but certainly in terms of time, we know the project slipped. We also don't know whether it was conceptualized only as, remember, this was an action research project, so we don't really know whether it was supposed to be an ongoing project or it was, its entire life was only 1 year. But if you put all the information from the case together, it certainly suggests that the intention was to run the project, run the initiative on an ongoing basis, except that the farmers were unwilling to pay for the services. So from several points of view of this kind, we can conclude that the project was really not well managed. One doubts that. What I would like to urge you to do is to watch the session on project management where we have a panel discussion, a panel of experts looking at various issues from various perspectives. Perhaps after you watch that panel discussion, there will be more learning, more ways of analyzing this case.